Good morning, crocheters. Today I am going to teach you how to make your own crochet hook. And this is inspired by Marlena and Jamie, two of my viewers who have expressed a desire to get their own supplies. But you may not have that opportunity available to you, so today I'm going to teach you how to make your own crochet hook out of these materials. First thing you will need is a bamboo piece of wood. This is a chopstick. If you don't have chopsticks in your house, do you even order out, bro? You will also need a sharp paring knife or a wood carving knife. It needs to be very sharp, so this is why I've brought out the whetstone. And in order to use the whetstone, you will need about a bottle cap's worth of water. And then at the end, we're going to finish by rubbing it on an ordinary sponge with the scrubby side out. So I recommend doing this on a paper plate with an edge so that you don't get things moving all over the place. As you can see, this whetstone rolls. If you have a whetstone that you use by hand, you're probably going to cut yourself. Anyway, so to start with, we're going to take the bottle cap of water and then just gently dab. You can dab either on the knife or on the whetstone itself, and both is fine. This will help sharpen your knife. All right, that looks wet. Now we'll move the bottle cap of water aside and get to sharpening our knife. This requires you to hold the knife at a 45-degree angle, which this is cleverly designed to do. So if you lay your knife right here and roll it back and forth, you can see I'm rolling it like so. You want to get both sides so it's nice and sharp. I've already sharpened this knife, but you will notice that you get this grime. That is actual bits of steel being ground off the knife. So no joke here. All right, we have a sharp knife. We have our chopstick. And this is how you make your own crochet hook. So you find the end of the crochet hook that is slightly tapered. This one is barely tapered at all, but that's okay. It's okay for our purposes. We're going to round off the end. Always hold the knife away from you. Just round off the end here and try to get it to a point. We are working with very old materials here because the original crochet hooks were made out of wood, bone, or metal, whatever was available at the time. All right, so now we've got a pointy end there. Now, remembering our 45-degree angle. So what you want to do is you want to find a point near the pointed end of the hook, and you're going to want to cut at a 45-degree angle almost all the way through this piece of wood. So I'm going to start here, and because my knife is very sharp, it produces a pretty good cut. That's not enough. I'm going to cut some more. And what this does is it makes a nice ending spot for you when you are going to do the rest of your cutting. So that's pretty good. It could go a little further, but I'm not going to risk breaking this. And so the rest of this part is just carefully pointing the knife away from you, carefully whittling down the end so that it forms an actual hook. All right. Now, if you're not a woodworker, you're going to want to do this very slowly and carefully. Yeah. Remember, a sharp knife is safer than a dull knife because a dull knife will make you press harder and therefore be more likely to slip and injure yourself. All right, this one's pretty crude, but fortunately I have one that I made earlier in the day, and it came out looking something like this. So, if you can see, this is actually a pretty darn good crochet hook. It is small. So, if you're going to be working with larger yarns, it's going to be very difficult. You're going to want to use a small to medium weight yarn. If you do not have yarn, I am going to show you in the next video how to make your own yarn, and it's actually out of recyclable materials. So this is a very earth-friendly video here. All right, I hope you had fun enjoying making your own crochet hook. And the sponge here is because this is going to be very, very rough, and you don't want it to catch on your yarn. So you want to make sure that all the edges, if you have sandpaper, that's fine, but you know, I couldn't find any. So just make sure all the edges that are going to touch the yarn are smooth to the touch so that there are no bits to hang on to the yarn. All right?